Hello guys, my name is NaToSaphiX, and today we have another video. This time it is yet another video for Play.gg. This time we're going to be taking a look at what sets aside the top EU teams and the sort of rest of the world. Enjoy. I've decided to pick out the demo Renegades versus IHC Esports, the Mongolian team, which is a newcomer at the current major. This is the second round after IHC has just won the pistol. IHC have decided to go with an EPS pop against pistols, which is sort of an unconventional way of playing your anti-force rounds. The round also quickly spirals out of control, and even though Blitz does whatever he can to get back into the round, 9 gets taken out by Liaz shortly after, and the Renegades do pick up this second round win. This is one of many big mistakes made in this match, and is honestly the biggest differentiator between a top team and just a contender. The next round, Hats gets taken out by an insane deagle shot, and Ins being out of the sight feels the need to sort of force an aggressive play to try and gain back the advantage. Later in the same round, Renegades are now in a 3 versus 4 retake scenario, and Liaz, instead of smoking Banana early, smokes it late. Because this smoke gets thrown late, his two teammates retaking from CT have sort of split their attention between Banana and Poo and don't properly clear out score. Two anti-force rounds that could have honestly been easily won by the team with the superior weaponry, but instead end up falling to the wayside and the round goes in the favor of the opposite team. These mistakes don't just lose the round directly, it also potentially loses a sort of easy follow-up round where the opposing team would be forced to do a full eco. And even here in the next round, round 4, we would once again see an eco round win from the pistol wielding team had it not been for Blitz winning this 1-on-2 against Alistair and Zico. Not just the fact that these rounds have been lost, but also especially the way that these rounds have been lost is something you would most likely not see come out of a top team, and is really a big difference between a sort of lower ranked team and a top team. This is typically what the EU teams are doing so much better than sort of the rest of the world. They play every round to the maximum and rarely make glaring mistakes like we see here. And even though it seems absolutely unbelievable, Ins gets a freebie onto Blitz and then almost a follow-up freebie onto 9 in this, what's as close to a full eco round as almost humanly possible. The Renegades decide to make an aggressive play, and what was already bad turns worse for IHC. These are simply rounds you just cannot afford to lose like this, and especially this often at a major tournament in CSGO. And it's not because the individual sort of skill set isn't there for these players. Follow score in this round where he gets double molotoved, naded out of position, spams through smoke, then they re-molotov the position that they already molotov, pushing him out of it again, and then he repositions back into that same copy he was in just to catch two CTs off guard. It is abundantly clear that the sort of mechanical skill and also the individual decision making for these players are at least better than average, especially for their region. So what really is the ultimate differentiator is mistakes that depend on team cohesion. Here is another clip of Score in this 1-on-4 showcasing that he possesses all the qualities required to win Faceit games. If you still fail to see the bigger picture, here is a clip of Alistair on round 15 against full Tech 9 buy, peeking aggressively in EPS with only one teammate on his bomb site. These teams are at a major, and yet these mistakes just keep popping up in this same demo. Here we have Alistair with the only flash on the entire team. Renegades have decided to EPS pop, which is a great call, and the flash ends up like this. It doesn't really matter how individually sound each player on your team is, or even how good your team play is, if you keep making these egregious mistakes like Renegades do here, where they have an early entry and then they just give away an absolutely free double kill to Blitz. And that is really what it comes down to. To make it really simple, the way I think about it is like this. The top teams win on good, and the worst teams win on random. Both teams in this match have had many chances to just run away with it, but yet they keep giving up all these rounds that honestly they should be getting for free. In this round, Renegades even failed the silent boost on short, and yet with just one flash, one molar and one smoke they completely overrun IHC. And somehow this sort of small buy from Renegades gives 3 early entries, and then they actually end up winning the entire round with 0 casualties. These are the type of mistakes that the better teams just don't commit. Not only are they throwing away rounds, they are throwing away economy and basically every opportunity to sort of build this snowball effect is just immediately squandered. Here it should be extremely obvious to 9 that the Renegades have an AWP from the previous round, and yet he's peeking so very aggressively down mid. Later in the same round, now Renegades have the advantage, and somehow this sort of random spam comes in from Cabal. He gets 1 kill and also deals almost lethal damage to Inns. Then he takes down Lias through the smoke, and now it's a 4-on-3 all of a sudden for IHC. We progress further in the round, and for absolutely no reason whatsoever, Cabal runs in front of this Molo while the smoke is fading, gets caught out in no man's land with no trade potential whatsoever. And had Siku been just a little bit more healthy, this flash is not far enough. If he wins this duel, he potentially wins the round. In this round, round 26, the Renegades know that IHC saved 2 weapons, an AWP and an M4. Lias hears the steps pushing and he also hears the zoom of the AWP, which means he now knows that at least 50% of the big weaponry is right now located in apps. And yet, Blitz goes completely unchecked in the corner of Banana. He gets 3 kills immediately. He sort of gains the bomb control, and even though Lias trades this, it's now a pretty unwinnable round for the Renegades. And to make matters even worse, this one gun that went unchecked earlier in the round comes in late in the round and actually finishes off the entire match with an ace. For the second demo today, I've decided to take out this demo, Vitality versus Complexity Gaming. It's to showcase the difference between the two teams that we just watched and sort of a top EU team contender and one of the better NA teams. Now this match was extremely one-sided, 16-1 in the favor of Vitality, and yet I almost saw no mistakes by either team in this entire match. In already the first round, we see beautiful utility usage in this 3v3. We see the Molotov come into pit where the long player can then take him down, and look at these 2 flashes coming in from Vitality. They completely overrun the T's, both the guy on site and in pit. And for once, it didn't come down to mistakes made by the T's, it came down to Vitality taking it to another level. It's not like America doesn't have enough players to choose from, but somehow the teams are failing to find consistent success. The biggest difference between an EU, CIS or Brazilian top team is that if you give them just an inch, they'll take a mile. I'm hoping that with the people watching the video we can crowdfund a new headset for JT. In 17 rounds between Vitality and Complexity Gaming, I didn't see any glaring mistakes on the same map that we saw Renegades and IHC on. The rounds were simply won by the better team, and sometimes it was Vitality, I guess just one time it was Complexity. I'll show you the round. Complexity trade favorably and then they end off the round with a great call. They slow it down, they let Vitality rotate an extra man over to the B bomb site, and then they wrap the A site. This is a beautifully played round by Complexity, who completely isolate Dupree and also kill him in the back. 0 risk of losing this round. Round 11 was definitely one of the worst rounds for Complexity Gaming. Early on, they don't really make sure to balance B, and Apex gets a ton of info. Again, give Apex the chance to push and he will do it, and the round is over in just a flash. In conclusion, even the best teams in the world obviously make mistakes, but they just make them so far and few between that you don't really notice it. The devil is in the details, and the devil is ever present in the teams coming up in other regions. I'll leave you with this round, which honestly had a lot of potential for Complexity Gaming, but where they unfortunately, after sneaking long unspotted, make the wrong decision of hitting the stacked side. And not only that, pay attention also to the detail of them carrying the bomb through the CT spawn instead of banana. I hope we have all learned something. Thank you so much for watching the video.